Hi, today I want to talk to you a little bit about images and finding images online. A lot of people try and find images from Google, which is the normal place where we go to start with. Problem is that most of the images that you find on here are copyright. They don't belong to you. So I'll just click on images here, and let's say I'm looking for a picture about Italy. So let's just type that in. And we're going to get all these wonderful pictures, which may or may not be copyright, some of them. First of all, I would say check out the tools menu here when you're doing Google Images. It can help you really, so if you want a large image, an image that looks great on a big screen, it not all fuzzy, I would first of all choose only large images. You can set the kind of color, the type of image, so whether it's a picture, a face, a photo, clip art, line drawing, that sort of thing. You can only look for images that have been uploaded in the last 24 hours or past week. That will help if you're looking for a particular news item image or something like that. You have more tools down here as well, show the sizes of the image on there, so you can get that from hovering over, but if I click on this, now I'll see the size of the image, which is helpful. But the one that I want to talk about is usage rights. So the images that I'm getting here are ones that are not filtered. So most of these are not ours to use. And if you use them, you're breaching copyright. So what you can do is let's search for images that are labeled for non-commercial use. So the bottom one. So in an education setting, people are saying that these images are okay to use, and Google has classified them as that. So if we now get this image, now this is on Wikipedia, we could now view this image and download and use this image. You just need to check out, always go visit the page, is how you need to attribute that image. So does this image, when we use it on our project, does it need to have a little thing below it, a little bit of text below it saying where it's from and who the author of that image is. So I've selected the image now, and you can see it's opened up this below, so I can see the image, looks beautiful, and you can see permission details down here, and it gives us a summary of how this picture is able to be used. I won't go through the details, but it's got a suggested attribution right here, photo by David Iliff, and it's got the Creative Commons license that you can apply to this. So when you put this image in on your blog or your website or on your project or wherever it is, if you just put that at the bottom, you're covered by Creative Commons. There is another place that you can go to find free images where you don't have to attribute the image, you don't have to put anything underneath it. They're all free, easy to use, and it's called Pixabay. There's other places, this is the one that I use, Pixabay. So there's just over 1 million images. So I'm going to also type in Italy here. You might see some similarities in the search results that you get here, but these ones here are free to use. So there's some beautiful pictures here. Let's find a really nice image that we could use here. So let's just take this one here. So, Leaning Tower Pizza, that's a beautiful one. Okay. So I've already signed in. Pixabay is free. You can use it freely. I've already signed in. If you don't sign in, when you go to download an image, it's going to ask you to put in one of those codes to prove you're not a robot. It's annoying. As you can see here, free for commercial use, no attribution required. Even commercial use for this one here, which is great. So if I click on free download, I get a number of image sizes that I can use. This one here looks fine to me. It's less than 1 megabyte, so I'll choose that one there. Download. And of course you can buy Pixabay a coffee and say that, or like them on Facebook, which is great because Pixabay is amazing. So another thing to point out here is when you're searching for images, you've got, again, a few options like we had back there in Google. What kind of image are you looking for? Photos, graphics, illustrations, or even videos in here. Not many videos, mostly photos. Orientation, that's good. So you want horizontal or vertical kind of orientation. It gives you an option to look at the category type. So do you want it be in education, something tagged with education? Do you want it to be larger than a certain width? What kind of color do you want? Do you want it transparent, or do you specifically want it black or white? And there's more and more and more and more kind of search options that you can put in here. So I could say, I just want an illustration, I want it to be horizontal, category could be anything there, and I want it to be bike. Okay, so these are all the illustrations. There's no photos here. They're all illustrations of bikes. Now just notice at the top, these are the sponsored images. So Shutterstock is great, has billions of images, costs a lot of money. So yeah, so they're the ones at the top. You can see the free ones that you get from Pixabay are the ones down here. So if you're needing a picture of a bike for your project like this, there's some fantastic images that you can use here as well. And you can go and change the filters up there as well, and choose the size, and the same things that we saw on the first page as well. Of course, there's millions of places where you could use this image. So anyway, so here I am in Sector, and you can see this is my Italian Year 7 course here. If I add a file in here, I can go and find where that picture of the Leaning Tower of Pisa is, and just drag it in there. So one way to do is go add a file, which opens a dialog window, or you can just drag stuff on there. Okay, so if I just show in the folder where that is, okay, there's the picture of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Add file and just drag it in. Okay, now our background of our course looks pretty cool when we look at it, and when you look at the student and guardian preview, it's got a little bit of the Leaning Tower of Pisa there. Okay, so there's lots of places where you could use that image. So remember, tip of the day here is Pixabay. If you're looking for images that you can use online for things, don't have to write any attribution for those images, check out Pixabay.